Here are the results in tonight's qualifier. 1 Dunsan George 2, 2 Uncle Nino scratched, 3 Tradition your winner. Fractions 31, the half in 101 and 3. 3/4 132 and 3. Time for the mile 2:03. Top down 2 drawn 1. Testing from the broadcast desk. Testing 1, 2, 3. Test from the broadcast desk.
Check 1, 2, 1, 2.
And check 1, 2, Studio 64, broadcast check. Broadcast check from Studio 64.
come. Post time.
Deep stretch now. Shut the camera up.
Broadcasting live from Prince Edward Island, this is Race Day.
So it's race day on a Friday night during Old Home Week 2023, day 2 on the event schedule for tonight, and it is race day live from beautiful Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, to look at that historic center field tonight. Yes, we do have wet conditions in Charlottetown tonight with showers in the forecast. Feels more like 27. What a difference from last night. That's because the wind is from the southwest at 20 kilometers per hour. But we do have showers in the forecast for tonight. We have a 9-pack race program ready to go for you on this Friday night. You're with Lee Drake along with Rocky Skierman and Ken Morkington from the HPI broadcast desks, and I'm over at Studio 64 in honor of the 64th running of the Gold Cup and Saucer. Vance Cameron's in the booth calling all the action. And Rocky, will kick off with you tonight. As I said, a 9-pack. The 8th race is the feature for tonight. They'll go for a purse of $3,000, and the morning line favorite is Salisbrook Ian.
And rightfully so. Was a winner in 154 in his last start. Lee closed it out in 27-2. I'm going with a 4-5-3 in there. From the rail, Privilege with Paul Angel. Acrobat Hanover 2 for Mark Campbell. Avatar J, David Dowling going to a new barn, recently claimed. Salisbrook Ian 4 with Corey McPherson. 5, Revenant with Adam Erner. And 6, Winter Blast with Jason Hughes. Lee comes up in the 8th race, as I said, Clarence Farm Services Limited Pace.
All right, so some memorial races on the card tonight. We'll get to those after a little bit. But Ken Morkington, we're going to kick things off tonight with the players in that I'll Pick 5, which starts that sequence on race number 1.
Yeah, I'll pick 5, 1 through 5, and it is a tough sequence tonight. I went 3 deep in the opener. Of course, my top 3, it's as easy as a 3-2-1, the 4-1 morning line horses, the 3 Venom Magic. I like this one on top in the opener. Was able to storm home off a pretty quick half to score the upset for Kenny Arsenal. Salisbrook Honey's the 5-2 morning line choice. Got to use that one and the 1, Mr. Andrachuk, who's also coming off a big victory. And on through Hemingway and Judicial, some morning line favorites. We'll use those to single out in 2 and 3. Race 4, the 5 Neptune Sealster, and race 5, the 4 Melanie's Magic. It's a $1,500 guarantee, low 15% takeout. Again, a tough sequence, but a lot of fun to play. The I'll Pick 5.
And, you know, sometimes the track condition will play into that. And I know when it gets to picking those sequences, it just adds another little touch to it. All right, let's get all the program changes, track conditions, and everything you need to start your race program off tonight from the gentleman who'll call all the action tonight. Let's go upstairs to get those changes. Here is Vance Cameron.
And thank you, Lee. And you know, on those off-track conditions, we used to call them mudders. I think they still do. They'll come into play tonight for sure. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the Redshores Racetrack and Casino at the Charlottetown Driving Park. For tonight's racing program, it's event number 27 of the meeting. Good track conditions. There is a 3-second variant, and it's 19 degrees Celsius, the temperature at this time in Charlottetown. The track condition is rated by the officiating members from the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission. Tonight, the senior judge is Mr. Derek Fallon. The associate judges are Mr. Ronnie Hennessy and Mr. Dylan Allain. Now here are tonight's program and equipment changes. The first change, you'll go to race number 3. In the third race, number 1, Party Place, adding a Steel Crooper. Turning over to race number 4, the 3-entry Zayden's Luck, adding a Murphy Blind, inside. Number 4, Leaving Bruises, adding knee boots. Number 5, Neptune Sealster, going from cheek rolls to blinkers. Next change, you'll go to race number 7. In the 7th race, number 6, Stellar Feller, adding a Murphy Blind, outside. Turning over to race number 8, the 2-entry Acrobat Hanover, from a Swedish blind to a can't-see-back bridle. Then turning over to race number 9, tonight's finale, we have some chart lines that are not showing on the past performance. In race 9, the number 5 horse JK Express was at Summerside on the 8th of August on the fast track, scoring from post 5 and finished 6th. Was race timed in 1:57 and 4, driven by Patrick Shepard. Number 6, Brookdale Jim, was in the same race at Summerside, scoring from post 4 and finished 5th. And he was also race timed in 1:57 and 4. That's going to wrap up the program changes at this time on tonight's card. The first race post is set for 7 o'clock, leaving you 24 minutes to make your first race decisions.
Race Day Live continues from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Welcome to our on-track and off-track customers. In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that the land upon which we gather is unceded Mi'kmaq territory. Abogwed, Mi'kmaq is covered by the historic treaties of peace and friendship. We pay our respects to the indigenous Mi'kmaq people who have occupied this island for over 12,000 years, past, present, and future. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, if you are able, for the playing of our national anthem. Now, back to Race Day Live.
Well, welcome back to Race Day Live. Here we are in Charlottetown, and we have the rain in the forecast. We just have the official notes right now. Showers in the forecast, 19 degrees out there. Track is good, rated with a 3-second variant, and we're getting set to go. The wind 20 kilometers an hour, and the showers will continue, guys, in the forecast. So we talked about trial number 1 and now trial number 2. That's coming up tomorrow on that new super card of racing. Post time is at 4 o'clock. Let's zoom over to trial number 3, and that's coming up on Monday night. Post time is at 7 o'clock, and boy, what a stellar-looking field that is as well. And we'll take you through there and get some of your thoughts. I like to see Lawless Shadow. Nice to see Dr. Ian Moore and his son Tyler home, and Nancy for Gold Cup.
Yeah, trial 3 on Monday night has Pick a Genre from the rail with Mitch Downey in the bike. Bet him again from post 2. Major Hill will leave 3. No plan intended is 4. Ken?
And we have Batter Up Hanover. He's a 5-year-old by betting line. He was 4th in last year's James Roach McGregor, which is, of course, the consolation. Lawless Shadow, as you mentioned, Dr. Ian Moore drove the 1988 winner, the Papermaker, and trained the 2012 winner 18, and his son will drive second place first in the Meadowlands Pace. That was on a sloppy track a couple of years ago. And then PL Aussie's my top pick in there. PL Aussie, this is going to be Jason Hughes getting that elusive Gold Cup and Saucer. The 5-year-old Ontario bred by Sunshine Beach, 19 wins, 57 starts, and he caught fire at the Meadowlands back-to-back, 148 and 3 victories. This is a horse that swells up on the front end, loves the front end, loves to thrive on the lead. A 150 and 4 wire-to-wire blowout of Rito Carlton in his first start for the new connections, so he is primed for a big mile. So Lawless Shadow in the comeback season has to brace for PL Aussie on Monday night.
I was talking to Jody Sanderson, one of the new connections with PL Aussie, and they were excited and very pleased with that trip over Rito Carlton there last week. So there's a look at the trial for you. It's trial number 3. Once again, to summarize, we have trials 1 and 2 tomorrow on that new supercard. Post time is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The trials go between 8 and 9 that night. And, of course, trial number 3 is coming up on Monday, post time at 7. You're with Lee Drake along with Rocky Skirman and Ken Workington. Vance Cameron's in the booth calling all the action. It's 6:48, 12 minutes to go before first race post time here at Charlottetown. So there's a look at the paddock cam brought to you by Redshores, and of course drivers in their wet suits for tonight. We have showers in the forecast. Kick off the daily double here in races 1 and 2. Exacta, 20-cent superfecta, tractor wagering, and that 20-cent I'll pick 5 with the $1,500 guarantee and that low 15% takeout. There's a look at your selections. Boy, it's always nice to get so many different angles in this race, and now there are some themes developing there. Ken Workington is going out on his own. He's putting the 3 on top here. Venom Magic to lead off his sequence in the first race. And he's working a 2 and a 1. Rocky Skierman works 2-5-1. Post-time picks, that's Peter McPhee, 2-1-5, who had a great night last night. And Classifier's Choice with 2, 1, and 6. So there you have it to get things off tonight. You can always take your ticket with the Wild Horses on track for that $25 jackpot. Horses will be rolling out of the paddock here soon, and we'll be greeting them in the opening race post-parade here tonight at Charlottetown.
Here's an update on last night's 50-50 draw. The $1,048 went unclaimed. The winning number was L1824966. Now, if that ticket is still out there, he or she has until the start of the second race to claim the prize, and if it's not claimed by then, it goes in to the 50-50 draw for tonight's program. Last night's 50-50 unclaimed, the number L1824966. Ladies and gentlemen, this time I'd like to welcome Sheila Arnold and Tammy Hickling, the Golden Girls of Mildmay, who are here from Ontario, and they're the much older and very proud sisters of Mike Arnold of Olds, Alberta. So ladies, welcome to the Driving Park and Old Home Week. First race on the track, one Mr. Andrewchuk, owned by Sandra Webster, Jeff Cummings, Courtney Gallant, and Nicole McPherson, trained by Cliff Murphy. Kenny Murphy drives. Salzburg Honey number 2 is owned by Donald McCrae of Vernon Bridge, trained and driven by Jason Hughes. Venom Magic 3, owned by Darla J. of Charlottetown, trained by Vaughn Doyle, Kenny Arsenault drives. Parole violation number 4, owned by Michael Arnold of Olds, Alberta. Amy Lucky from Montague, trained by Mike Dowling and driven by David Dowling. 5 is Talk Some Smack, owned by the Talk Some Smack stable of Charlottetown, trained by Todd Walsh, Miles Heffernan. Charlie Dupont 6 is owned by Tyra Perry of Tignish, trained by Phil Sizer, Corey McPherson. Number 7, King of Kensington, owned and trained by Jared Perot from Stratford, Adam Murner drives. Only 2 minutes to post time. This is Race Day live from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Lee Drake, Rocky Skierman, and Ken Workington are next with their top contenders as we kick off Old Home Week racing, leading up to the 64th edition of the Gold Cup and Saucer presented by Atlantic Lottery. It's the Gold Cup and Saucer presented by Atlantic Lottery. They go for $100,000. Escape the news in Cup and Saucer 54. Blissful Breeze, Cup and Saucer 52. Anthony McDonald, your dream comes true. Sintra has won the Gold Cup and Saucer.
Well, the $100,000 final comes up on Saturday, August 19th, and it is the Gold Cup and Saucer presented by Atlantic Lottery, and some great historic moments in that video. Gets me each and every time. Great work with Peter McPhee and Universal Media there putting that together. And, you know, I have to tell you that with the trials coming up tomorrow on that Super Saturday, post time at 1, or check that 4 o'clock, and then, of course, trial number 3, Monday night at 7. Let's back out in the track here as we get rolling, and over to Rocky Skierman and Ken Morkington and pick up the top contenders here in the opener.
Let's go to the track for tonight's opener. First half of the Daily Double, Exactor, Superfecta, Triactor. It's the start of the Isle Pick 5. Ken's landing on the 3 in here. Venom Magic, 3-year-old by He's Watching for Darla J of Charlottetown. Von Doyle is the trainer. Kenny Arsenault in the driver's seat comes into this one off a win, Ken.
Yep, right on the 3-1 morning line. Was able to storm home off a pretty quick half last out and scored the upset. First win this past Monday. That's a big confidence boost for this 2-year-old by all bets off. And his post improves for Kenny Arsenault. Right now, he's 5-2.
And there's a look at the 2. Salzbrook Honey, 3-year-old filly by Big Jim for Donald McRae of Vernon Bridge. Jason Hughes is the trainer and the driver. Nice mile in her last one, Ken.
Yeah, Salzbrook Honey is 8-5 now, 7-5, just flipped. A Big Jim filly who tackles the boys after chasing a 156-2 winner last out. I don't think you're going to see that in here, especially with the off-track -3 variant in this spot here. We see a solid rally for third from post 8 before that. The draw's kind here, and the Blue Knights in a nice spot here. Post 2 at 7-5, and the Venom Magic, as you corrected me, is a 3-year-old by He's Watching.
And there's a look at the rail sitter, Mr. Andreychuk, 2-year-old by All Bets Off for Sandra Webster, Jeff Cummings, Courtney Gallant, and Nicole McPherson. Clifford Murphy is the trainer, and his son Kenny will do the driving. He'll always remember this colt, Ken, as he got his 1,000th win at Summerside on August the 6th.
And was he named after Dave Andreychuk, the Stanley Cup winner with the Tampa Bay Lightning, perhaps?
Probably, yeah.
Lightly raced gelding, and he is a 2-year-old. This is the 2-year-old here. Took 4 starts to graduate in style. Wire to wire, plenty left. Figures to be forwardly placed here. He's a prominent player for Kenny Murphy at 5-2. I played 3-2-1.
All right, so the opener here tonight, countdown clock is in. Horses on gate. Starter Jeff McDonald has them in control. Behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate for the opener and the kickoff to the Isle Pick 5. Back upstairs, Here's Vance Cameron with the call.
Mr. Andrichuk, Salzburg Honey, Venom Magic, parole violation, talk some smack. Charlie DuPont, King of Kensington, top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing in at the rail. Mr. Andrichuk is leaving out. Parole violation going right with him. Third one to the turn. Salzburg Honey, Venom Magic's away fourth. Talk some smack on the outside fifth. Six up the rail is Charlie DuPont. And now the trailer, King of Kensington. Up the backstretch, Mr. Andrichuk for Kenny Murphy on the lead. Parole violation now will drop in for the two-hole ride, right with the leaders third. Salzburg Honey, and Hughes right lines the filly early, and she's going after the lead. Here comes Salzburg Honey to take over for the Blue Knight, Jason Hughes. Second is Mr. Andrichuk. The quarter's up 29 seconds flat. Third around the turn, parole violation. All alone in fourth, that is Venom Magic. Now in fifth is Talk Some Smack. Charlie DuPont edging out from sixth, trailing seventh. That is King of Kensington. They're halfway home in the opener. Salzburg Honey, the midway point leader. Here's parole violation up and after that leader. Third up the rail, Mr. Andrichuk, 59 and 2 was the half. Rounding the turn and up fourth on the outside is Venom Magic on the rail. Talk Some Smack is fifth. Outside sixth, Charlie DuPont, the trailer, King of Kensington. Up the backstretch they go. Three quarters up next. Salzburg Honey, the leader. At her wheel is parole violation. Third up the rail, Mr. Andrichuk. That's Venom Magic now swinging out three wide. Racing fourth. Then in fifth. On the far outside, Charlie DuPont. In between horses, Talk Some Smack. And at the rail, King of Kensington won 29 and 4 3/4. Homeward bound, led by Salzburg Honey. Parole violation came early and hanging around late. Mr. Andrichuk up the rail. Parole violation will open it up for Team Dowling. Time for the mile in 1:59.4. Ladies and gentlemen, there goes the judge's inquiry sign in race number 1. First race goes under a judge's inquiry examining the stretch drive.
Here's a look at the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for this evening's opener. And Jason Hughes went to the front with Salzburg Honey. Threw some pretty good fractions on that muddy night, Ken.
Yeah, 29, 59, 2, 129 and 4. And here comes the pressure on the outside. And in the deep stretch, we've got a great finish here. 4, parole violation. He took a lot of early tote action, and he was aggressively handled by David Dowling. He's going to come on here and appear to hold off the 3 Venom Magic. But they're trading paint here at the wire. We'll see. The inquiry sign is up. Mr. Andrichuk, late pace on the inside in that top 3 in 1:59 and 4. Photo for win, judge's inquiry, hold all tickets.
All right, there's a look at the judge's inquiry here in the opener here tonight. The Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission having a look at that. Senior judges Derek Folland, Ronnie Hennessy, and Dylan Elaine are the associates tonight. Racing officials having a look through the stretch here. for the opener. Hold all tickets. Inquiry ongoing.
Into the winner's circle from race number 1, the 4 entry, Parole Violation. Bay Pacing gelding 3 by Big Bad John. From the Yankee Cruiser Dam, K's Yankee Lou. Owned by Mike Arnold of Bowles, Alberta. Amy Lucky from Montague, bred by Brent Hopper of Kentucky. Trained by Mike Dowling, driven to victory by David Dowling. And he'll get a new record tonight of 159 and 4. And the Golden Girls of Mildmay. Sheila and Tammy, you should come to the driving park more often. There's your trip to the winner's circle. Congratulations.
This race replay is brought to you by the new 1888 Lounge at Red Shores. The 1888 Lounge is perfect for your corporate meetings, parties, or presentations. Contact Rebecca in our Sales and Events Division for more information on the new 1888 Lounge upper level at Red Shores.
Now the results of the first race judges' inquiry. The racing officials deemed that number 2, Salzburg Honey, drifted out during the stretch drive, interfering with numbers 3 and 4. Both those horses finished ahead of number 2 with no placings required. Now the official results from the first race. Mr. Andrichuk 4th. Salzburg Honey 3rd. Venom Magic was 2nd. Parole Violation, the race winner. Talk Some Smack finished 5th. Charlie DuPont was 7th. King of Kensington finished 6th. Fractions 29. 59 and 2. 129 and 4. And the mile 159 and 4. In review, 432. 1576. Parole Violation, paid $6.90. Exactor 82.20. Triactor 120.10. Superfecta 30.20.
HPI customers in Canada can earn 3% cash back if you bet a minimum of $25 on each day during Old Home Week. HPI PEI customers wagering a minimum of $50 on Charlottetown during Old Home Week will be entered into a draw for a $500 deposit into your account. You must opt in to play at hpibet.com.
All right, let's take a look at our top selections here. 4-1-2 for me, Rocky 3-2-4, post time picks 3-4-1, and the classifier's choice 4-2-1. And you know, Rocky Peter McPhee was red hot last night. A lot of ice cold boxes and locks, and so was Kurt.
Well, you know, Peter McPhee has just joined the that super high five club that Vance and I are still waiting to get into, so kudos to him on that.
The condition pacers for the second race on Post Parade. Number 1 is I See True Grit, owned by Joey Glenn of Charlottetown, trained by Ron Matheson. Jules Barrio drives. 2 George's Credit, owned and trained by Philip Kelly of North Wilshire. Jason Hughes up. Number 3, Jetster, owned and trained by Stanley Harper Jr. of Inverness, Nova Scotia. Mark Campbell drives. 4, Hemingway is owned by Melissa Rennie of Charlottetown and Abby Clough of Cornwall. Melissa is the trainer, driven by Adam Burner. Fill the Bank, number 5, owned by Nathaniel Thompson of Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, trained by Anthony Stymers, Mike McGuigan. 3 minutes wagering time on the second. Puck After Dark events are underway with the Supercard of Racing tomorrow, opening post time 4 o'clock, followed by the Love Junkies on the tarmac at 9.
I'm Gold Cup Ambassador Lacey White, and I'm proud to be representing Kidsport PEI at this year's Gold Cup and Saucer. Kidsport PEI believes all PEI children should have the opportunity to experience the positive benefits that sport offers, while also helping to remove any financial barriers that limit some children from playing sports on PEI. Growing up, I had the privilege of playing many sports in my childhood that have developed me into the person I am today. I'm honored to be representing Kidsport PEI to allow every child to gain some of the same experiences I had, while also being able to receive the positive benefits that playing sports has on every individual.
Great message there, Lacey. That's Lacey White, one of the Gold Cup and Saucer ambassadors, and her charity, Kidsport PEI. And I had the pleasure of being on the Interesting Islanders segment this morning, guys, on Ocean 100, and the Gold Cup ambassadors were there in attendance. Kelly Fian had them on both studios actually this morning, Hot 105.5 as well, and they addressed their charities. And what a great give back campaign it is. $5,000 with the winning ambassador and Gold Cup night will go to their charity of choice. All other charities will get $1,000. It's a great give back campaign.
Let's head over to the track for tonight's second race. Exactor, Superfecta, Tractor, Win, Place, and Show Wagering. Want to shout out to my father-in-law, Alan Campbell. He's over in the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. And Jenna Stewart and Madison Rogers just up here to the desk to see me, Ken. So we're going to head out to the track for the second race. Hemingway leaving from post 4. Adam Erner drives for Melissa Rennie and Abby Clough. Melissa trains, and Adam in the bike, as I said, 157-4 in his last one, Ken.
Yeah, the 12-year-old cranked it up a tad, hit the board, an ideal smooth journey this past Monday. He's got a big chance to capitalize on this softer assignment here for the high percentage connections, Adam Erner and Melissa Rennie. Right now, the 2-1 second choice, Hemingway.
And there's a look at the rail sitter. That's IC True Grit, 11-year-old by no pan intended for Joey Galland of Charlottetown. Ronnie Matheson trains. Jill Barrio back in the driver's seat here tonight. Gets a nice post tonight after that 7 in his last one, Ken.
0 for 6, or make that 0 for 18 season. Moves inside off a no-chance trip from post 7. Gets that third consecutive class drop hill here for Jill's Barrio. Back in the bike, and right now 4-1, IC True Grit.
And there we see the 2, George's Credit. 6-year-old black gelding by Up the Credit for Philip Kelly of North Wiltshire. Philip, the trainer, Jason Hughes, gets the call to drive tonight. A good mile in his last one, Ken.
For his last 50, winless this season, but 4th behind Hemingway. An improved effort last Monday. Draws better, switches to the Blue Knight. He's long overdue. He's 5-1, but Rocky, just like the first race, I left out the favorite. And the favorite right now, the 3, Jetster, who has tumbled down the class ladder.
Horses getting ready to go here, and coming up for race number 2 tonight, we have several memorial races. We're going to start with the Pat Murphy Memorial coming up in race 4, Bob Connolly Memorial in race 5, David McDonald Memorial in race 7, and Neil Mose Memorial coming up on race number 9, part of our 9-pack tonight. Keep note that there is no on-track pick 5 tonight because of the 9 races. That'll be back into service for tomorrow, that on-track play, with that supercard starting at 4, Trial 1 and Trial 2. So, field of 5 lining in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Countdown clock is in. It is post time. And we'll send it back upstairs to the race call. Here's Vance Cameron.
IC True Grit, George's Credit, Jetster, Hemingway, Fill the Bag. Compact field of 5. Everybody gets a little prize money in the second. top of the stretch. They're all lined up and approaching a start. The rough and pacing IC True Grit along the rail, leaving out alongside George's Credit. Hemingway is 3 deep to the turn for third. Jetster's away fourth, then the trailer. That'll be Fill the Bank. They're 3 high, approaching the 8th, and up the rail, IC True Grit, the leader. Right alongside George's Credit, the challenger. Hemingway dropped in to be third. Racing fourth is Jetster, and the trailer fifth is Fill the Bank. Over to the opening quarter. George's Credit for the Blue Knight Use take over the lead. Second is IC True Grit. Hemingway at the rail third. Fourth, that is Jetster, and trailing the field, Fill the Bank. Oh, a little to it and at it and to it in the early going. There's a solid opener on this night. 28 and 2 was the quarter. Down the stretch they come. The half mile is next. George's Credit, the leader. IC True Grit is second. Hemingway third. Then in fourth, that's Jetster. Fill the Bank sees them all at the half. Led by George's Credit, the midway point in a rolling 57 seconds flat. Straight alignment over to the 5/8. George's Credit, the series leader. IC True Grit is second. Hemingway tipped out third. Fourth, that is Jetster. And still trailing is Fill the Bank. Halfway up the backstretch now for time 2. George's Credit is the leader. Hemingway in the outside second. Up the rail, IC True Grit coming now on the outside. 3 wide, Jetster. Fill the Bank trailing, but no means is he out of it. 3 high off of 3/4 of 1. 27 and 2. They turn for home. George's Credit clinging to the lead. Hemingway on the outside. Farther out, Jetster up the rail. IC True Grit set the camera up. Wow! Here's another excellent finish in the second. Jetster got there for Campbell. Then Hemingway and IC True Grit. Wow! 1:59 flat.
Here comes the slow-mo replay for tonight's second race, brought to you by Universal Media, and what a great finish there. Ken Jetster, my top pick, gets up to get it all.
Yes, he does, and Jason Hughes dictated the terms here with George's Credit at 2-1, 28-2, 57, 127-2. It's a 159 mile, and there are 4 across the track. That's IC True Grit on the inside as they swarm in on George's Credit. Jetster, who didn't look too sporty across the backstretch. He was under some heavy urging by Mark Campbell, as we pointed out, though. 3-5 on the post parade. He was 1-5 at one point. He had been dropping down the class ladder here, and he was back with Mark Campbell. That's the key. Hemingway with a good surge in the center, but it's going to be Jetster and Mark Campbell for Stanley Harper here. 3rd win on the season, 44th career victory. A lot of class here for the 11-year-old by Jeremy's Jet in 1:59 tonight. Mark Campbell coming off a big night last night as well.
Jetster arrives at the second race winner's circle, pacing Brown, gelding 11 by Jeremy's Jet off the Cam Luck Dam, Nova Hanover, owned by Stanley Harper Jr. of Inverness, Nova Scotia. Stanley does the training, bred by a numbered company out of Ontario. Mark Campbell's in the driver's seat for the win, the mile 1:59. Jetster in the second. Now, the official results in the second, I See True Grit was third. George's Credit fourth. Jetster, the race winner. Hemingway was second. Fill the Bank finished fifth. 28 and 2. 57. 127 and 2. And the mile 159. In review, 34125. Jetster paid $770. Exactor 1310. Triactor 2740. Superfactor was $467. And the early daily double, $30.
Watch and follow Red Shores all week. All-Stars, Robert Reed Jr., Garnet Barnsdale, and Don Lupel during Old Home Week 2023 on X, formerly known as Twitter. A special My Gold Cup ticket campaign will also be featured after the official post-position draw Tuesday night of the Gold Cup and Saucer. Watch for Gold Cup tickets from Ken Workington, Shannon Doyle, Jessica Otten, and other guests, including the Race Day broadcast team.
All right, picks are coming up here, and they will appear on the screen. Rocky, I am stung by those first two losses. I was right there on the wire, 10-1, just missed on that last race. Hemingway racing his eyeballs out, but here we're on the 6, and that's Judicial. And we're all on the 6. 6-1-4, Rocky 6-2-1, post-time picks 6-1-2, and then classifier's choice 6-2-4. Right now we've got the favorite. Keep your eye on it.
Party Place on the third race post parade. Owned by Sean McAdam, Jackie Heffernan, Miles Heffernan, and Todd Walsh. Todd trains and Miles Heffernan Sr. does the driving. Scarlet Rocket 2, owned by Daryl and Gordon McLean and Stephen Downey. Daryl McLean trains and drives. 3 is Windermere Sadie, owned by Bell River Gold Stable of Bell River, trainer-driver Mark Campbell. 4 is Elm Grove Support, owned by Done for the Day Stable of New Waterford, Nova Scotia, trained by Cliff Murphy. Kenny Murphy drives. Time End Again 5, owned by Bobby Joe Matheson, Wayne McDougall, and Dr. Don Ling, trained by Ron Matheson, Gilles Barrio. Judicial 6, owned by Morris McCabe, Wayne McPherson, Angus Bird, and Harold Shepard, trained by Harold Shepard and Stephen Shepard, above the wheels. 3 minutes to post time. For upcoming events, post times, and more, go to Redshores.ca. The top percentage driver for Old Home Week is presented by Chuckers Trophies and Awards.
Yeah, so there you have a look at the Chuckers Trophies and Awards top percentage driver of Old Home Week, and nothing in the screen yet, but we just started things off last night, and that'll kick into the points there. Of course, the top driver of the week is the Francis McIsaac Memorial Trophy, and a little later you'll hear more about the Earl Smith Memorial. That's the top percentage trainer of the week as we get set to go here and rolling into a Friday night. Just joining us, track is good, 3-second variant, with showers in the forecast tonight. And back over to Rocky Skierman and Ken Morgan and pick up the top contenders here in race number 3.
Let's head out to the track for tonight's third race. Exactor, Superfecta, Triactor, Win, Place, and Show Wagering. Don't forget to tag your ticket for a chance at the Wild Horses jackpot of $25. Ken, you and I are both landing on the 6 in here. That's Judicial, 4-year-old horse by a Rock and Roll Dance for Morris McCabe, Wayne McPherson, Angus Burton, Harold Shepard. Harold is the trainer, and his boy Stephen will do the driving. Nice qualifier on August the 7th right here.
Yeah, lightly raced 4-year-old by a Rock and Roll Dance for Team Shepard here. Fresh off a solid qualifier, as you point out, with a 28-2 on the end of it. Looks like he can make an immediate impression. He finds a soft spot here, even though it's a fairly demanding post for this one. Judicial at even money.
And there we see the rail sitter. That's Party Place, 2-year-old colt by Stag Party for Sean McAdam, Jackie Heffernan, Miles Heffernan Jr., and Todd Walsh. Todd is the trainer, and Miles Heffernan Sr. will do the driving. Nice start on August the 7th here, finishing third with Broken Equipment, Ken.
This might be a prime spot for this one. Took a nice, significant step forward when he was eager to set the pace. That's always a positive sign, and he kind of changed tactics there. Finished third, Broken Equipment last Monday. Draws inside again. Chance to show more in his third career start. Can step up here, 5-2.
And there we see the 4, Elm Grove Support. 2-year-old Bay Filly by Shanghai Phil for Done for the Day stable of New Waterford, Nova Scotia. Clifford Murphy, the trainer, and his boy Kenny will do the driving. Had a win in a qualifier at Northside Downs on July 29th, Ken.
Yeah, got off to a really good start, this filly this season at Northside. Some nice fractions, didn't fade much in a much-needed comeback race at Summerside here. Just needs a bit more stamina, 4-1. And we have a quick shout out here to, Lynn Livingstone Poole just messaged me, and her parents Bill and Maud Livingstone, a happy 56th anniversary. 56. Can you imagine
Wow.
that, Rocky? They're
Yep.
watching over in Orangedale, Cape Breton.
Great people. I drove horses for them. They were in the barn with me. Yeah, happy anniversary.
Congratulations.
Well, the horses are lining up here for race number 3 tonight in Charlottetown. A couple other notes here for you as we get going. Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. is the Premier's Breakfast here at Turf's Bar and Grill, lower level here at Red Shores. Then on Tuesday night, it's the official draw for the Gold Cup starters. And, of course, we got to get through the trials first for that Supercard tomorrow at 4 and the trials 3 on Monday. But mark that as the Tuesday night and the Tuesday morning. Countdown clock is in. Metro Home Building Center starting gate has the field for race 3. Back upstairs the call with Vance Cameron.
Party Place, Scarlet Rocket, Windermere Sati, Elm Grove Support, Time and again, Judicial, top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough gated at the rail was Party Place, Huffin pacing, time and again leaving out. Elm Grove Support towards the rail. Judicial on the outside, third. Fourth is Scarlet Rocket. Then on the turn, fifth is Party Place. Outside, sixth is Windermere Sati. To the backstretch they go. Time and again for Jill Barrio takes over the lead. Second is Elm Grove Support racing from third. That is Judicial. Scarlet Rocket's at the rail fourth. Party Place has fifth. And trailing the field, Windermere Sati 6 on by the first station. Time and again the fractions out of the quarters up 29 and 4. As they round the turn, the track remains as good. There is a 2-second variant on it now as they move off the turn and race through the stretch. The opening half mile is next. And on the point, time and again the leader. Elm Grove Support is second, Judicial third. Then in fourth, that is Scarlet Rocket. On the outside, fifth is Party Place. Trailing the field, Windermere Sati. They arrived at the half mile, led by time and again in a minute and a 1/5. Elm Grove Support is second. First up on the outside, Judicial's underway third. Scarlet Rocket riding the rail fourth. Party Place on the outside fifth. Windermere Sati is sixth. They're on the back stretch. And they go to three-quarters. Up on the outside, Judicial has taken over the lead for Stephen Shepard. Now on the outside, it's Elm Grove Support second. Third at the rail. That's time and again. Party Place on the outside fourth. Scarlet Rocket fifth. Windermere Sati 6, 3/4 up in 1:30 and 4, 1/8 of a mile left to go and clear by 3. Judicial turning home. Elm Grove Support is second. Now Party Place takes over third. Time and again fourth. On the wire, Judicial in his Charlottetown debut. A winning one for Stephen Shepard. Second is Elm Grove Support. Party Place third. Time for the mile in 1:59.3.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's third race. Judicial at 5-2 in the morning line gets the job done for a maiden record tonight, Ken.
Yeah, early pace setter, time and again, 16-1. Gilles Barrio got the most out of that one, faded out of it. Judicial set a 3-hole and pretty much cleared at the 3/4 off 29 and 4, a minute and a fifth, 1:30 and 4, and it was bye-bye from there for the 4-year-old by a rock and roll dance for Gold Cup and Saucer winner Stephen Shepard, the team Shepard, Harold Shepard, the trainer. Judicial, first lifetime victory in his Charlottetown debut. Elm Grove Support and Party Place round out your top 3 in the third, and now a -2 variant, and the sun's out. And I stand corrected, it was Robert Shepard winning that Gold Cup and Saucer.
This ownership group has a keen eye in selecting horses. Here's another one for the man, taking him right to the winner's circle in his first start. Traditional in the third, bay-pacing Stallion 4 by a rock and roll dance off the Bettor's Delight Dam. Caramel Kiss, owned by Morris McCabe, Wayne McPherson, Angus Bird, and Harold Shepard, bred by Diamond Creek Farm of Pennsylvania. Trained by Harold Shepard, driven to victory by Stephen Shepard to a maiden record of 159-3. Judicial in his Charlottetown debut.
Event. We hope all your racing dreams come true. So much action coming up in Atlantic Canadian harness racing. Windermere Farms wishes all participants a successful racing season. Whether it's Old Home Week, the Atlantic Breeders' Crown, the Atlantic Classic Yearling Sale, or a simple overnight event, we hope all your racing dreams come true. Windermere Farms, where Atlantic Canada's champion stallions call home.
Now the official results from the third. Party Place finished third. Scarlet Rocket was sixth. Windermere Sadie fifth. Elmgrove Support was second. Time End again fourth. Judicial the race winner. 29-4. 1 minute 1. 1:30-4. And the mile 1:59-3. In review, 365, 241. Judicial 230 on the nose. Exactor 520, Triactor 1430, Superfecta was 498.
The top driver of Old Home Week will be presented with the Francis McIsaac Memorial Award, while the top percentage driver of the week will earn the Chuckers, Trophies, and Awards hardware. And the top percentage trainer of Old Home Week will be presented with the Earl Smith Memorial Award. Good luck to all the participants during Old Home Week 2023. Ken?
And from a 1 to 9 shot, we'll check out our selections here and hopefully get a better price. 5, 2, 3 for me. Right now, 8 to 5. On the 5, Neptune Sealster goes from cheek rolls to blinkers here. Rocky Skirman at 4-3-2, post time picks 4-2-5, and then classifier's choice a 1-2-3. So a lot of different selections here. Good variety.
So there's a look at the paddock cam for you for race number 4 and the Pat Murphy Memorial. And we look forward to that coming out. There's a Super High 5 carryover. That's in play for coming up on the Super High 5 on race number 5. $1,238.33. There's your carryover for you for the Super High 5 tonight on the 5th.
Time to remember Patty Murphy. It's the Pat Murphy Memorial here in the 4th. They're on parade. Hardy Mill Joe, number 1, owned by Hardy Mill Stable, and Ken Hardy of Bedford, Nova Scotia, trained by Anthony Steimas. Mike McGuigan drives. 2 is Lobel Bruiser, owned by Kerry and Lois Saunders of Bible Hill, Nova Scotia, trained by Kerry Saunders. Mark Campbell drives. 3, Zayden's Luck, owned by Gary Polton and Dewar Burho of Charlottetown, trained by Gary Polton and driven by Kenny Murphy. 4, Leaving Bruises, owned by Basil Hunter and Douglas Molyneux of Stratford. And it's Basil Hunter's 75th birthday tonight. So happy birthday to Basil Hunter. Wade Myers, the trainer, with Jason Hughes driving. 5 is Neptune Sealster, owned by Carly Ward, Mickey Gallant, and Nicole McPherson. Trained by Mickey Gallant and driven by Jules Barrio. Number 6 is Check Your Source, owned by Giselle Bernard of Bethel and Lori Hennessy of Charlottetown, trained by Gordy Hennessy, and the drive goes to Adam Murner. 3 minutes wagering time in the 4th. This is Race Day live from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Back to Lee Drake at Studio 64 in honor of the 64th edition of the Gold Cup and Saucer. And the 4th race is the Pat Murphy Memorial.
Well, thanks very much, Vance. And yes, there's a great shot right there of Pat Murphy in action. And happened, you know what, Rocky, over the years, and you've known him quite well, and so have I. I've known him my entire life. And he started driving career in 1992, worked with many of the sport's top names from Summerside, Charlottetown, Ontario, Maine, and Maritime tracks. And he set the track record with Kinloch Classic in 1992 here at the Charlottetown Driving Park. And I was talking to his wife, Barb, and they have his display, his uniform, and his helmet on display here outside the top of the park with a nice touch for Patty.
Yeah, no, Pat was a great guy. I drove horses for Pat, you know. And Pat was always a giving guy, too. You know, if he'd come around the track with potatoes. You know, you want a bag of potatoes, Rocky? You know, and you go to the back door there, and Pat would have potatoes for you. So Pat is definitely missed.
Yeah, he loved his horses, and he loved harness racing. He loved the people in the sport. And as you said, he will be missed. And this race is in honor of him and a trackside cooler presentation. And the Pat Murphy Memorial, over to Rocky and Ken to pick up the top contenders.
Let's head out to the track for race number 4. Exactor, Superfecta, Triactor, Win, Place, and Show Wagering. It is the Pat Murphy Memorial. Ken, you're landing on the 5 in here. Neptune Sealster is a 4-year-old by Sunshine Beach for Carly Ward, Mickey Gallant, and Nicole McPherson. Mickey Gallant, the trainer, and Jill Barrio gets the call to drive tonight.
Yeah, I was just looking for some style points here. Try to beat the favorite. 7-2, Neptune Sealster. Gilles Barrio off that triple last night. Too far back in his last two. Noteworthy, aggressive third. I like that effort. 3 starts back. He drops a notch here. Last time he won, June 24th, it was Gilles Barrio in the bike. So, or last time anyway, at the line. So Neptune Sealster, 7-2. I'll take that.
And the 50-50 draw tickets are being sold up here in the Oval right now. First call 50-50. There is a look at the 2, Lobel Bruiser. 6-year-old by Believe in Bruiser for Carrie and Lois Saunders of Bible Hill, Nova Scotia. Carrie Saunders, the trainer. It's Mark Campbell in the driver's seat tonight. Impressive win, three starts back in.
Yeah, he went down the road there, that blowout in 157.3 at SHORES Raceway. Then he got roughed up first over, and he faded late last out. He draws inside here, picks up Mark Campbell. He is 2-1. I played 5, 2, and 3.
And there's a look at the 3, Zayden's Luck, 6-year-old chestnut gelding by Sir Luck Bay. For Gary Polton, Durberho of Charlottetown, Gary the trainer, it's Kenny Murphy in the driver's seat here tonight. Show some nice miles on his lines, Ken.
No factor last Monday, but he was severely pace compromised, so he had a trip excuse for post 8. On the edges in his previous few, he had a chance to stock and pop a field of question marks here. Right now, you're getting 6-1. And again, I'm left off the favorite for Leavin' Bruisers for Birthday Boy.
Well, lots of events coming up here, all during Old Home Week and leading up to the Gold Cup and Saucer final. Park After Dark Gold Cup and Saucer kickoff party featuring the Love Junkies. That's tomorrow after the races. Post time there is at 4 o'clock, trials 1 and 2. Monday, trackside tunes with the Spuds after trial number 3. That's around 10:30. Wednesday's Mussel and Oyster Night with Chef Jesse McDonald, presented by the PEI International Shellfish Festival. All on the tarmac. And Harness Racing Karaoke Star. Maybe Rocky will be in it. I'm not sure. Countdown clock is in. They're in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. It is the Pat Murphy Memorial. Vance, up to you for the call.
And Lee, you know Rock. He's an entertainer, and he likes that karaoke, so don't rule him out. Hardy Mill Joe, Lobel Bruisers, Aiden's Luck, Leavin' Bruises, Neptune Sealster, check your source. Pat Murphy Memorial, Faith Mitchum, She was an owner with Pat Murphy. She'll be in the winner's circle. Up and pacing a beauty, and I mean a beauty start. Into the turn up the rail, Hardy Mill Joe, the leader. Alongside his Lobel Bruisers, Aiden's Luck is third. Coming fourth towards the inside, that is Leavin' Bruises. Then fifth between horses, Neptune Sealster on the outside. That's Check Your Source, and up the backstretch they go. Lobel Bruiser in line to Mark Campbell will clear the lead. Second is Hardy Mill Joe, racing from third. That's Aiden's Luck. Fourth towards the rail is Leavin' Bruises. Now Neptune Sealster fifth. The trailer, Check Your Source, 28. 3 was the quarter mile. They're strung out. There's half a dozen pacers in the fourth. Lobel Bruiser on the lead now with Campbell. Second is Hardy Mill Joe. Then in third, that's Aiden's Luck. Leavin' Bruises fourth. Neptune Sealster fifth. And then the trailer. That is Check Your Source. Halfway home in the fourth. Led by Lobel Bruiser. The opening half mile went 57. 29 seconds flat in the second quarter. Rounding the paddock turn, arriving at the 5/8. Lobel Bruiser, the leader. Hardy Mill Joe second. Coming third on the outside, Leavin' Bruises underway. Aiden's Luck of the rail fourth. Neptune Sealster takes out fifth. And trailing the field, Check Your Source. They're over to 3/4. Leavin' Bruises picking them off here for the Blue Knight Utes. They take over the lead. Second is Lobel Bruiser, coming third on the outside. inside. Neptune Silster won. 28-4 was the 3/4, and they're turning for home now. That's Leaving Bruises on the lead by 3 open. Second is Neptune Silster. Zayden's Luck is coming on third. Leaving Bruises and the Blue Knight Hughes alone on the line. Neptune Silster was second. Zayden's Luck will finish third in 1:57.3.
Here comes the slow-mo replay for tonight's 4th race. It is the Pat Murphy Memorial, and this replay brought to you by Universal Media. Leaving Bruises gets the job done in here, Ken.
Hardy Mill Joe fires out. Lobel Bruiser takes the lead. 28-3, 57-3, 128-4. Here comes Leaving Bruisers, who was launched, and it was a brush and crush by at 3/4 in that 128-4. Leaving Bruises for Basil Hunter and Douglas. It looks like Molyneux, Wade Myers, the trainer, the Blue Knight, Jason Hughes in the bike. A better post here. Added the knee boots tonight. 3rd win on the season. 6th career victory for Leaving Bruises in 157 3/5. Neptune Seelster rallies up to finish 2nd. Zayden's Luck 3rd. Leaving Bruises in the Pat Murphy Memorial Race 4. Happy birthday, Basil Hunter.
Well, co-owner Basil Hunter's got himself a birthday winner on this Friday night here as the Old Home Week festivities continue at the driving park. Leaving Bruises into the 4th race winner's circle. Bay Pacing Gelding, he's 4 by Believin' Bruiser from the Blissful Hall Dam and Blissful Rose. Owned by Basil Hunter and Douglas Molyneux of Stratford. Bred by Courtney Bishop from Amaranth, Ontario. Trained by Wade Myers and the Blue Knight, Jason Hughes will drive him to victory this night. The mile 157 3. And a lot of Pat Murphy fans joining us on this Friday night here at the driving park for the Pat Murphy Memorial. The cooler presentation at trackside.
Nobody's claimed that 50-50 from last night, so right now it stands at $1,748 to the winner right now. You have until after the 6th race to get your 50-50 draw tickets.
This race replay is brought to you by All-Star Cresting, specializing in embroidery, screen print, promotional products, and on-site cresting featuring the newest technology and one of the largest embroidery and screen printing departments in Atlantic Canada. For all your clothing and merchandise needs, email sales@allstarcresting.ca. At All-Star Cresting, we got you covered.
Here's the official results now in the 4th race. Hardy Mill Joe was 6th. Lobel Bruiser 4th. Zayden's Luck 3rd. Leaving Bruises the race winner. Neptune Seelster was 2nd. Check Your Source finished 5th. 28-3. 57-3. 128-4. And the mile 157-3. In review 6-4-3. 125. Leaving Bruises paid $7.10 to win. The exactor $34.80, triactor $143.90, and the super factor was $64.50.
The second annual Gamester Pinckney Memorial Cup final is set at Truro Raceway on Sunday, September the 3rd. The Team Gamester finalists are Brady Sweet, Jacob Sweet, Patrick Shepard, and Brett Clough. The Team Pinckney finalists include Kyle Mason, Zach Mullins, Luke Armstrong, and Monica Sutherland. The Gamester Pinckney Memorial Cup is scheduled for Sunday, September 3rd at Truro Raceway.
All right, up next are selections for this high five race, super high five with a carryover, 1,200, 38-33. I'm on the 4 right now, 5-2, and that's Melanie's Magic 435. Rocky's been hot, 2-4-5. Rocky, I've had 3 seconds and a win. I got second-itis tonight. 4-2-5 post-time picks, classifier's choice, 5-2-4 there. But we did combine for a nice exacta in that last race.
Yeah, what'd that pay?
About $38 or something.
Perfect. I know my win paid $7 and something, so just saying. $7.10?
Yeah, $7 horse.
The fifth race is the Bob Conley Memorial, the RE Stable. Wins drop off number 1, owned by Carson Wilkie of Stratford, trained by Kenneth Wilkie, Adam Werner driving. Just Call Me Doc number 2, owned by Gordon, Douglas Neal, Keith Ford, and Ben Matheson, trained and driven by Keith Ford. 3, Luigi Bizzacco, is owned by Amanda McTavish of Harrington. Stephen Murphy trains and drives. Melanie's Magic number 4 is owned by Sandra Stead of Montague, trained and driven by Corey McPherson. 5 is Slate, owned by Sandy Myers of Charlottetown, trained by Wade Myers, driven by David Dowling. 'Silver Hill Buddy number 6, owned by Joanne McCrae. David Myers and Gwyneth McGurk, trained by David Myers and driven by Jason Hughes. There's 3 minutes wagering time on race number 5, and we're coming up with our selections in the first Super High 5 of the night. We thank Results Marketing and Advertising for their continued presentation of the Vance Cam. And guys, in the 5th, I'll go to the 2, Just Call Me Doc for Bim Ford's got a decent post position, been racing real well. The only sad thing about the story, he's 0 for 17, and I think that's going to end tonight. Going to go to the 4, Melanie's Magic for the deuce. I do like the 5, Slate to finish 3rd. Then I'll use Luigi Bizzacco for 4th, and I'll complete my Super High 5 with Wim's drop-off. I like 2, 4, 5, 3, 1. And Ken, you're with a couple of losers tonight on the Super High 5. I'll tell you that right now. We've been trying to get the key to get into the club, but we haven't been able to do it. So good luck to you.
I think Kurt Hughes is a double winner, right? He's a 2-time High 5 man. I think he told me that last night. But
Peter McPhee, he get in it, and he just texted me. I didn't read it, but I can imagine what it says.
There you go. Well, let's get them here. 4 or 5 to 2. Melanie's Magic closed a ton after a sluggish start from post 8. Was right there, a close 3rd, 2 back. Drops back down, draws better, gets Corey McPherson. 3, Luigi Bizzacco. He got away last from post 8, last 2, while chasing a red-hot Elroy Shiner. He scored a 157-2 upset, a gutsy effort at this level back on July 15th. He draws better. We'll add the 5, Slate, just a 1 for 18 season. He did take advantage of the rail, worked out a perfect trip, just missed on this past Monday. So it's a 4, 3, 5, and I will add the 2 and the 6. 4, 3, 5, 2, 6.
Okay, so I like the 2. I'm with Vance. Vance, you didn't look at my picks.
No.
But we are the same with the top 4. 2, 4, 5, 3. And then I threw in the 6, Silver Hill Buddy. And birthday greeting to David Myers. Celebrates today. So happy birthday to David Myers, the trainer and co-owner of Silver Hill Buddy. So my Super High 5 is 2, 4, 5, 3, 6. Ken likes 4, 3, 5, 2, 6. Vance Cameron at 2, 4, 5, 3, 1. Get in on the Super High 5. So this is the Bob Connolly Memorial RE Stable. Bob Connolly was a lifelong member of the Atlantic harness racing community. Connolly was known as a longtime breeder of horses with the RE suffix. In 2021, Bob Connolly was honored as the Horseperson of the Year by the Prince Edward Island Standardbred Horse Owners Association. So this race, in his memory, the Bob Connolly Memorial RE Stable in the 5th coming up. Tonight's fifth race is the Bob Connolly Memorial RE Stable. Field of 6. Lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's return to Vance Cameron.
Oh, and do we ever miss Bob Connolly at the Atlantic Classic sale on a yearly basis? Took on a lot of bids over the years. Whims drop off. Just Call Me Doc. Luigi Bizzacco. Melanie's Magic. Slate. Silver Hill Buddy. Bob Connolly Memorial. Post time. Up and facing Melanie's Magic, Just Call Me Doc, and along the rail, Whims drop off are leaving out. Fourth on the outside is Silver Hill Buddy. Up the rail, Slate is fifth. Then the trailer, that is Luigi Bizzacco. By the eighth pole, Just Call Me Doc up the rail. He's going to give way. Here is Melanie's Magic up from the outside to take over the lead. In line to Corey McPherson. Just Call Me Doc now second. Whims drop off third. Silver Hill Buddy fourth. Racing from fifth, that is Slate. Trailing the field, Luigi Bizzacco, 28-3 the opening quarter. Rounding the turn for the first time. The 3/8 is up next. On the point, Melanie's Magic, the leader. Just Call Me Doc is second. Third up the rail, Whims drop off. Fourth is Silver Hill Buddy. Then Slate has fifth, and Luigi Bizzacco continuing to trail. Straight alignment at the midway point. Melanie's Magic is halfway home. Just Call Me Doc on his back second. Whims drop off third. Silver Hill Buddy going to the outside fourth. Fifth is Slate. Luigi Bizzacco sixth. 59-4 was the half. Just a 31 second quarter by the 5/8 led by Melanie's Magic. Silver Hill Buddy up on the outside to match strides. Coming on to take over third is Slate. Just Call Me Doc to the rail fourth. Now fifth. That is Whims drop off. Trailing the field on the outside, Luigi Bizzacco. 3/4 in the books and 1:30. And 2, they're on the turn for the final time, led by Melanie's Magic. Just Call Me Doc at the rail second. 3 high third is Slate. Homeward bound now, Melanie's Magic the leader. Just Call Me Doc at the rail. Slate picking them up, putting them down. Slate and Dowling just got it all. Just Call Me Doc was second. Third goes to Melanie's Magic in 1:59.2.
Here comes the slow-mo replay for tonight's fifth race, the Bob Connolly Memorial. And we see Slate get the job done for David Dowling, Ken.
Yeah, Melanie's Magic on the engine tonight for Corey McPherson. And all out here, 28-3, 59-4, got a 31-1 breather, 130-2. And here comes the heavy pressure on the outside from Silver Hill Buddy. Second over Slate. Slingshots off that cover for David Dowling and Wade Myers. Slate just 1 for 18 the season coming in. Scores here in 159-2. It's Slate, Just Call Me Doc, and Melanie's Magic, your top 3 in race 5, the Super High 5 result coming up.
There's Slade arriving at the fifth race winner's circle. Bay Pacing Gelding, he's 9 by changeover. From the Admiral's Galley Dam, Dressed to Impress, owned by Sandy Myers of Charlottetown. Bred by DJ Baines of New Zealand. Trained by Wade Myers, driven to victory by David Dowling. For David, that's his second winner on the night for the David Dowling Driving Double. The mile 159 and 2. Slade in the fifth down at trackside. The Bob Conley Memorial Cooler presentation.
This race replay is brought to you by Park After Dark Events. Red Shores is Atlantic Canada's premier entertainment destination. Watch for announcements on comedy nights, concerts, and more with Park After Dark Events at Red Shores.
Now the official results in race 5, wins drop-off 6, Just Call Me Doc 2nd, Luigi Bizzacco 4th, Melanie's Magic 3rd. Slate was the race winner. Silver Hill Buddy finished 5th. Fractions went 28 and 3, 59 and 4, 130 and 2, and the mile 159 and 2. In review, it's 624, 315. Slate paid $570 to win. The exactor $19.10, triactor $28, super high 5, $53.07.
Free Wi-Fi is available at Red Shores for our guests, and you can sign up for betting free at hpibet.com. Wager $100 in the first 30 days and receive a deposit for $100. Enjoy the action from our restaurants, grandstands, simulcast theater, or the tarmac, or the gaming floor. You can place your bet at the track on your smartphone, too, through hpibet.com. Just click on Red Shores Guest when searching for Wi-Fi in your settings page. Just another way to enjoy your guest experience at Red Shores with free Wi-Fi. Ken?
Free Wi-Fi sounds good. Anything free is good here. How about some free picks? Handicapping selections here for myself. 5-1. I get the 2-1. It's a wide open board here. 6-5 on the 2. Rocky's on the 2 here. It's He Can Rock. 2-3-5. Post time picks 2-1-3. Classifier's choice 2-3-5. Hey, you were close in the high 5 there. Pretty close. You and
yeah, all
Vance,
5 horses
right?
there. Anyway, so it was just the story of our life.
A
though,
good mix.
Vance and I on the last card, I think it was Tuesday night, we had, if he was winning it, I was winning it, because we both had the exact same horses, but we didn't get there.
Sixth race enters the track. They're on post parade. Number 1 is Woodmere Sheldon, owned by Donald McRae of Vernon Bridge. Jason Hughes trains and drives. 2 is He Can Rock, owned by Corey Livingston of Village Green, trained by Melissa Rennie, and Adam Murner drives. Redland Sampson 3, owned by Roderick Gillis, Donnie Smith, Paul Hogan, and Troy Cudmore. Trained by Cliff Murphy, Kenny Murphy driving. West Coast Kid number 4, owned by Lynn McLaren, John McKenzie, Philip Kelly, and Colton Profit. Trained by Philip Kelly and driven by Miles Heffernan. 5 is Cheeky Play, owned by Aubrey Cameron of Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, and Corey McPherson of Cornwall. Corey trains and drives. Down to 3 minutes wagering time on the 6th race. Time for the on-track pick 5, not in play for tonight. This popular play is back tomorrow after part of the Super Card on Saturday. And reminder, the post time tomorrow. We get it all started up at 4 o'clock.
I'm Gold Cup Ambassador Lily Hickey, and I will be representing the MS Society at this year's Gold Cup and Saucer. I grew up volunteering with this organization, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to represent them. The MS Society of Canada is committed to providing crucial support to those with MS, as well as being invested in life-changing research to create a world free of MS.
Let's head out to the track for tonight's 6th race. Exactor, Superfecta, Triactor. It's the start of the late pick 4. Don't forget you can also tag your ticket for a chance at the Wild Horses jackpot of $25. Ken's Landing on the 5. Cheeky Play. 4-year-old by Shadow Play for Aubrey Cameron, Glace Bay, Nova Scotia. And the trainer-driver, Corey McPherson of Cornwall, had a win 2 starts back. Nice win, 156-2, Ken.
Yeah, Cheeky. Not Chippy. Cheeky tripped out from the rail with a mild upset. Newmark, a 156-2, and then bumped into a much saltier foes on Monday. This should be more to his liking here. He does own some gate speed here. 5-2 with Corey McPherson. Cheeky Play.
And there's a look at the 2, my top selection. That's He Can Rock, 5-year-old by A Rock and Roll Dance for Corey Livingston of Village Green, Melissa Rennie, the trainer, Adam Murner in the driver's seat. Nice mile in his last start, Ken.
Yeah, I steered away because of the 2 for 26 on the season, but a rock-solid runner-up. Race timed in 1:55-3 and nifty 27-2 on the end of that on Monday. Draws inside again. High percentage combo. Adam Murner, Melissa Rennie. Looks tough to go against this one. 3-5.
And there's a look at the rail sitter. That is Woodmere Sheldon, 4-year-old by Stonebridge Terror for Donald McRae of Vernon Bridge. Jason Hughes, the trainer and the driver. Just 1 for 7 this season, Ken.
Mr. Hughes looking for another one tonight. Woodmere Sheldon rallied to finish a close second to Cheeky Play back on July 22nd. The no factor from post 8 in his last 2 gets the rail to perk up again for the Blue Knight at 5-2. I went 5-2-1.
Let's have a quick look at the odds board for the upcoming 6th race before the call to post. Woodmere Sheldon on the rail for Jason Hughes, 3-1. The 2, He Can Rock for Adam Murner at 1-2. Redland Sampson leaves 3 for Kenny Murphy at 6-1. West Coast Kid is 4. Miles Heffernan in the bike at 10-1. And the 5, Cheeky Play with Corey McPherson at 3-1. That's your field for the upcoming 6th race. Don't get shut out at the windows. Good luck with your selections. I give a shout out to Curtis Johnson, Brock McCachran, Scott Waddell. They're watching over in New Brunswick tonight as the 6th race lines up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go back upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Well, they might be in New Brunswick, Mr. Skirmer, but I've got half of Newfoundland here tonight in the booth. We've got Ireland, Layla, Elizabeth, and Corey. And poor Shirlene, she's back in Newfoundland, but she's tuned in, and she's going to watch the 6th race. It's Old Home Week. You're at Charlottetown. 6th race post time. Up and pacing, Cheeky Play coming from the outside. Towards the rail, it's Woodmere Sheldon. Third one to the turn is He Can Rock. To get away, 4th, Redland Sampson. The early trailer is West Coast Kid. They're at the 8th pole, led by the Blue Knight. Aboard Woodmere Sheldon going to the opening quarter. Tucked away now with a 2-hole ride. That is Cheeky Play. Racing from 3rd, He Can Rock. Gapped out in 4th, Redland Sampson. Trailing the field, that is West Coast Kid. They move on by the first quarter. Woodmere Sheldon got him there. Wow! Boom! Just like that! 27-4. Didn't see that one coming, folks. On by the 3/8 pole, the fired up Woodmere Sheldon, the leader. Second is Cheeky Play. He Can Rock of the rail. Third, racing 4th, Redland Sampson. Trailing the field, that is West Coast Kid. Second panel won't be anything like the first. It's Woodmere Sheldon, the midway point leader for use. 59-1. Shut it down to 31-2 in the second quarter. Arriving at 5/8, Woodmere Sheldon on top. In at the rail, Cheeky Play second. He Can Rock went to the outside, but no advancement third. 4th on the outside is Redland Sampson. Trailing the field, West Coast Kid. They're over to 3/4 next. Woodmere Sheldon is still there, and it's getting late. 3/4 in 1. 29-3. They round the turn for the final time. Down to an 1/8 of a mile left to go. Woodmere Sheldon homeward bound. Second is Cheeky Play. He Can Rock on the outside. Redland Sampson comes on. Deep stretch. Now, here's the Blue Knight. Woodmere Sheldon goes all the way. Second with Redland Sampson. Cheeky Play held third. Time for the mile. In a 1:58.3.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's 6th race. Woodmere Sheldon right down the road tonight, Ken.
The 4-year-old by Stonebridge. Tara recently went on Lasix, but wow, was this a huge wake-up mile. Last out, 7x17 at 75-1. Tonight it's down the road on the choo-choo, 27-4, established command, 31-2 to back it down, 59.5, 129-3, and then he took off again, 158 3/5 with the Blue Knight lighting the way with Woodmere Sheldon. His second win on the season, just 8 starts on the season, his 5th career victory. He trains and drives this 4-year-old. Woodmere Sheldon. Redland Sampson comes first up for second. Cheeky Play settles for third. Woodmere Sheldon, wake up, wow.
Here comes Woodmere Sheldon to the sixth race winner's circle. Bay Pacing gelding, he's 4 by Stonebridge Terror. Off the Rock and Roll Hanover Dam, For All We Know. Owned by Donald McRae of Vernon Bridge, bred by Woodmere Farms of Marshfield. And the Blue Knight, Jason Hughes, training and driving. Jason's second driving victory for the double. He put his horse on top at every call in 158 and 3. Woodmere Sheldon doubles up the Blue Knight Hughes in the sixth.
This race replay is brought to you by Sintrack Print and Graphic. Here they come, and it's Sintrack for the win with exceptional print products, exceptional graphic design services, and exceptional value. Sintrack Print and Graphics, 902-892-7719.
Now the official results in race 6, Woodmere Sheldon the winner. He Can Rock was 5th. Redland Sampson was 2nd. West Coast Kid finished 4th. Cheeky Play was 3rd. They went 27 and 4, 59 and 1, 129 and 3, and the mile 158 and 3. In review, it's 152, 4-3. Woodmere Sheldon paid $9.10 to win. The exactor $68.40, triactor $100.90, superfecta $37.23. It's your final call to purchase a 50-50 draw ticket. And how's about right now? $2,300 going to go to the winner. Final call to purchase a 50-50 ticket valued at $2,300.
Prince of Rhode Island Standard Breeders Association proudly presents the Atlantic Dream Stable 2023 competition. This is a fundraiser for the IWK and a great way to support all the work they do in our maritime community. Presented by the Prince of Rhode Island Standard Breeders Association, sponsored by Phillips Agri-Services, your local supplier of quality horse feeds, and proud dealers of Brooks Performance Horse Feed and Suregain Horse Feed. Additional runner-up prizes donated by Red Shores. View the standings at atlanticdreamstable.weebly.com.
All right, selections coming up on your screen as they get set to come out of the paddock for race 7. I'm on the 5 here. That's Rockin' Novel and David Dowling. David Dowling with a driving double already tonight. Rocky's got the 3. It's Selkirk Echo for Jill's Barrio. Post-time picks 3-5-6. Rocky's 3-6-5. Classifier's Choice also on the 3. Selkirk Echo 3, 5, and 1. Good luck with your picks.
Tonight's seventh race is the David McDonald Memorial. The Ron Post Parade. Number 1 is Big Boy Hill, owned by Eric Taylor and Luke Munch of Vernon Bridge, trained by Jennifer Doyle and driven by Jason Hughes. Dividend Day number 2, some know him as Baby Jack, owned by Alan and Brad Smith and Madeline Perry. Brad Smith is the trainer-driver. Number 3, Selkirk Echo, owned by the Selkirk Stable of Belfast, trained by Ron Matheson, Jill's Burial. 4 is Catch Me If You Can, owned by David and John Sweetevillary, trained by Ralph Sweet, Corey McPherson driving. Rockin' Novel 5, owned by Reynolds Racing of Murray River, trained by Roy Reynolds, tonight David Dowling. Number 6 is Stellar Feller, owned by a numbered company from Mount Jolie, Quebec, now trained by Chris McKay and driven by Mark Campbell. 3 minutes wagering time. We're on the 7th. Just before we pick up the contenders in the David McDonald Memorial, back to the broadcast desk with Rocky Skirman and Ken Workington. And they have the race day recap presented by Metro Home Building Center.
And here we go with the race day recap, sponsored by Metro Home Building Center. A look back at the first 6 races tonight in the opener. It was parole violation in between horses. There's going to be some bumping in the stretch here, too. Salisbrook Honey and Trades Paint with 3, Venom Magic and the 4. Parole violation. Parole violation is in front for David Dowling, his first of 2 for Michael Dowling.
And in tonight's second race, we saw Jetster come from the back of the pack here. They're all across the track here. There's 5 of them. Now there's 4 of them. And Jetster on the far outside is going to get up to get the job done here tonight. Mark Campbell in the driver's seat for the win. In for second, Hemingway. Icy True Grit third. The Triactor 341, 2740.
In the third race, a 1-9 favorite brushes and crushes past 3/4 and opens up and runs up the score here for Stephen Shepard and Harold Shepard. Team Shepard Judicial first win here in Charlottetown, 159-3 and first lifetime win over Elm Grove Support and Party Place.
In tonight's fourth race, we saw Leavin' Bruises with Jason Hughes open up in the field here down the lane. Gets the job done tonight. Good mile, 157-3. Neptune Sealster in there for second. Zayden's Luck is for third. And Lobel Bruiser is fourth. The Tractor 453, 143.90.
And in race 5, Melanie's Magic and Corey McPherson carve it out, but they swarm in. Just Call Me Doc, a 2-hole ride. Can't get there. It's the 5 Slate. David Dowling times it just right. A sharp rally last out. Gets it done here. 159-2. Slate over Just Call Me Doc and Melanie's Magic in the 5th.
And in the sixth race, we just saw Woodmere Sheldon go right down the road, 27-4, 59-1, 129-3. Gets his second win from 8 tries this season, 158-3. In for second, Redland Sampson. For third is Cheeky Play. The Triactor 135, $100, 90 cents. That's your race day recap presented by Metro Home Building Center. Let's head out to the track for tonight's 7th race. It is the David McDonald Memorial Exactor Superfecta Triactor Win Place and Show. Ken, you're landing on the 5 in here. Rockin' Novel, 2 7th-place finishes in his last 2.
Yeah, he hasn't been heard from in his last 2. He chased a 154-4 winner on Monday. Gets some needed class relief. That's the key here. David Dowling looking to triple up. And we might see some speed this time at 7-2.
And there's a look at the 3. My top selection, that's Selkirk Echo, 7-year-old by Westward O'Hanover. For Selkirk Stable of Belfast, Ronnie Matheson trains. It's Jill Berrio in the driver's seat.
1 for 17 season, gets away from the streaking Elroy Shiner. He's a steady stalking type. Selkirk Echo draws better to play his stalking game for Jill's Berrio, and right now at 5-2.
And there we see Catch Me If Lou Can, David Sweet, John Sweet, the owners, Ralph Sweet, the trainer. It's Corey McPherson in the bike. Nice mile in his last one.
Yeah, he dropped a notch. He suddenly got aggressive, almost grinded out an overdue win. He hasn't raced since July 15th. That's a knock here, but he's got a chance to snap that 2023 winless skid. 5-3-4, the favorite 2, Dividend Day.
And as mentioned, this is the David McDonald Memorial. The McDonald family would like to recognize a few people in the maritime harness racing industry that helped David during his harness racing days. Vaughn Doyle, Anthony Banks, the late Soupy Campbell, the late Brian Moore, Ricky Armstrong, Darren Crow, Mike McGuigan, and our broadcast and racing manager, Lee Drake. So just a few people. Dave was a great guy, and he is missed. Tonight's seventh race has a field of 6. Moving in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate, it is the David McDonald Memorial. Let's go back upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Big Boy Hill. Dividend Day, the tarmac knows him as Baby Jack. He's got a lot of supporters here tonight. Selkirk Echo, Catch Me If Lou Can, Rockin' Novel, and Stellar Feller, top of the stretch. Here they come. Up and pacing, beauty beginning. Stella Feller in the far outside. On the rail, Big Boy Hill between horses, Dividend Day. Then fourth towards the rail, Selkirk Echo. From the outside in fifth, that is Catch Me If Lou Can, the early trailer. Rockin' Novel, up the backstretch they go. Led by Big Boy Hill for the Blue Knight Hughes. Dropping in to be second, that is Stellar Feller. Dividend Day got away third. Racing fourth is Selkirk Echo. Catch Me If Lou Can fifth. Trailing the field, Rockin' Novel. The opening quarter was solid. 28-1 on the point. Big Boy Hill as they arrive at the 3/8. Stellar Fella is getting the 2-hole ride. Dividend Day at the rail third. Racing fourth is Selkirk Echo. Catch Me If Lou Can fifth. Trailing the field, Rockin' Novel is sixth. They're halfway home. Straight alignment at the midway point. Big Boy Hill the leader. Stellar Fella races second. Dividend Day third. Selkirk Echo fourth. On the cones fifth. Catch Me If Lou Can to the outside the trailer. Rockin' Novel 57-3 was the half. Up the backstretch now for the final time. They're going to three-quarter pole land. Big Boy Hill the leader. Stellar Fella coming to the outside to challenge. Third up the rail is Dividend Day. Moving up fourth on the outside is Rockin' Novel. Now fifth is Selkirk Echo. Outside the trailer by the three-quarters. Catch Me If Lou Can. The three-quarters up. 1:27-4. They get set to turn for home. Stellar Feller on the outside, the leader. Big Boy Hill at the rail second. Rockin' Novel coming on late third. Deep in the stretch. Here's Mark Campbell and Stellar Feller on the line. Big Boy Hill held second. Rockin' Novel rallied up third. Time for the mile. 1:57 flat.
Here comes the slow-mo replay for tonight's seventh race, the David McDonald Memorial. This seventh race replay brought to you by Universal Media. And we see Stellar Feller get up for his third win of the season, Ken.
Yeah, off an acclimating mile here for at Charlottetown for Mark Campbell, who stays in the sulky seat tonight and gets aggressive and fires him out. Speed this time. Big Boy Hill, Jason Hughes on the mission. 28-1, 57-3, 127-4, and hooks up with Stellar Feller, and he just grinds him down, wears him down here. The 5-year-old by Always a Virgin, trained by Chris McKay, scores his third win of the season and 7th career victory. Best mile of his season here, 157. Final quarter, 29-1. Stellar Feller, Mark Campbell, Big Boy Hill, And third, Rockin' Novel, who had to come first up. Selkirk Echo, 8-5, locked in at the back, no chance.
Here comes Stellar Feller into the 7th race winner's circle, pacing Brown Gelding. 5 years, the son of Always a Virgin. Off the Riches Hanover Dam, She's Stella, owned by a numbered company from Mount Jolie, Quebec. Bred by Roman Stoll from Odin, Indiana. Trained by Chris McKay. Mark Campbell has his second winner on the night for the double, the mile 157. Stellar Feller in the 7th, down at trackside. That is the David McDonald Memorial Cooler presentation with lots of family and friends joining us in the winner's circle. It's Stellar Fella for Mark Campbell's double in a 157. Now the official results in race 7. Big Boy Hill was 2nd. Dividend Day 6th. Selkirk Echo 5th. Catch Me If Lou Can 4th. Rocket Novel finished 3rd. Stellar Feller was the race winner. 28-1. 57-3. 127-4. And the mile 157. From the top, 265. 431. Stellar Feller, 1170 to win. Exactor 74.90, Triactor 176.10, and the Super Factor was 66.37.
Park After Dark at Red Shores presents The Love Junkies, Saturday night at 10 o'clock, while Monday features trackside tunes with the Spuds following the live harness racing card. Tuesday morning is the Premier's Breakfast at Terce Bar and Grill at 9 a.m. Harness Racing Karaoke Star is Thursday night after the races on the tarmac. Details at Redshores.ca.
All right, let's roll in the selections as they get ready to come out of the paddock. We're all on the 4 here. Salisbrook in. Corey McPherson will drive. Right now, the current favorite, 4-5. 4-2-5 for me. Rocky 4-5-3. The post time picks, Peter McPhee 4-2-5. Classifier's choice 4-5-2. Good luck.
Just a note that the Love Junkies will be going tomorrow after Trial 2 at 9 o'clock.
Time to check your 50-50 draw tickets. Oh, what a Friday night for somebody. $2,415. That's the value of tonight's 50-50 draw. The winning number is going to be M1827529. Tonight's 50-50 winning number for $2,415. M1827529. Good luck. Eighth race on the track, sponsored by Clarence Farm Services Limited, number one Privilege, owned by Aidan Farish of Summerside, all for fun stable of Truro, Nova Scotia, trained by George Rennerson, Paul Langell driving. Number two is Acrobat Hanover, owned by Lenny, Maddie, and Liam Myers, and Robin Lajeunesse, trained by Lenny Myers and driven by Mark Campbell. Avatar J, number three, owned by Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, trained by Jennifer Doyle, David Dowling. Four is Salisbrook Ian, owned by the Red Oak Stable of Charlottetown, trained by Jamie Smith, Corey McPherson drives. Five is Revenant, owned by Kyla McDonald, Tyler Link, and Colby Link, trained by Melissa Rennie, Adam Murners aboard. Number six is Winter Blast, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge. Jennifer does the training, and the drive goes to Jason Hughes. Down to 3 minutes wagering time on race number 8, and Rocky and Ken, we're coming back with our selections in tonight's 8th race. And again, we thank Results Marketing and Advertising for their presentation of the Vance Cam here in race number 8, sponsored by Clarence Farm Services Limited. I'm on to the 4, Salisbrook Ian, much like the tote board indicates. He's at 1-2, and he's been on a roll. If you throw out that break behind the gate, he had an excellent race win streak, and he's won 7 of 9 this year. Going to go to number 2, Acrobat Hanover, and I wouldn't rule him out for maybe getting the lion's share here and tripling up Campbell. He's a nice little horse, and if Campbell will give him a trip in here. I like the 5-entry Revenant, fresh off the win in 53-4. And if you play the Super, I'm going to throw in what I thought might be the long shot, Ken. That's the one privilege. I'm going 4-2-5-1 in here. Ken, your choices.
Sounds good. Well, Rocky had to exit, a quick exit here. I think he went and bought me a pizza. The 4, Salisbury Ian, a 3-year-old who rebounded off a rare early miscue with his 7th win of the season. He's strong in the win column, 7 for 9. He blasted down the road in 154 for Corey McPherson. He can step up further. He has been on some kind of roll. Right now he's odds on at 1-2. The 2, Acrobat, Hanover at 5-2, on a nice roll of his own since Mark Campbell hopped in the bike. Bounced back with a sharp second on Monday. He's in line to trip out off the expected speed from another inside draw here. He's 5-2, a nice option. And the 5, Revenant, the 9-year-old, has caught fire, winning back-to-back, fresh off a new mark of 153 and 4 is the heavy favorite this past Monday. He could be the dangerous controlling speed. He is 9-5 right now. Rocky went 4-5-3. I went 4-2 and 5 here in this spot. Race 8 coming up next. And just before we get underway with Race 8, we're going to employ our stars up close here. We're going to get a nice close look at your 6 entrants in the 8th race. Look them over and make your selections. Salisbury Ian, the current 4-5 favorite. That's the 6, Winter Blast. And the Blue Knight, Jason Hughes, looking for his 3rd winner of the night. He's 12-1, a nice price. And there's the 1, Privilege, at 15-1, Paul Langille. Once again, the stars up close. A new feature here, a very popular one at Red Shores. Look 'em over.
Tonight's 8th race, the Clarence Farm Services Limited Pace, has a field of 6 moving in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Vance, Derek Fallon and I are going to have a nice supper on the way home tonight.
Well, that sounds interesting, Mr. Skirman. They're going to line up here in the 8th with Privilege, Acrobat Hanover, Avatar J, Salzburg Ian, Revenant, and Winter Blast. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing Salzburg Ian leaving out tonight. On the rail, that's Privilege from the outside, Revenant. Getting into the turn 4th is Acrobat Hanover. Racing from 5th is Avatar J, the early trailer. That'll be Winter Blast up the backstretch, and Salzburg Ian for Corey McPherson take over the lead. Second is Privilege, racing from 3rd. That is Revenant. Acrobat Hanover got away 4th. Now in 5th, that's Avatar J, and trailing the field is Winter Blast. So the opening quarter mile goes to Salzburg Ian. The post-time favorite was up the quarter in 28-1, arriving at the 3/8. He's opened up now. He has a 3-length advantage, and that's Salzburg Ian, the leader. Privilege now starts to close up. Racing from 3rd is Revenant. Acrobat Hanover gonna press his luck. First over on the outside, 4th and moving. Following the cover out 5th, that is Avatar J. Trailing the field, Winter Blast. 57-1 for a half a mile. Midway round the paddock turn they go. They're chasing Salzburg Ian at 5/8. From the outside, Acrobat Hanover now second. Privilege at the rail 3rd. 4th on the outside is Avatar J. Revenant on the rail, racing 5th. Winter Blast 6th. 3/4 next, and it's Salzburg Ian, the leader. Acrobat Hanover on the outside. Privilege at the rail. 3/4 in 1. 26-1. Down to an 8 to go, and Salzburg Ian clear on the lead. Acrobat Hanover second. Avatar J. Privilege way wide. Revenant late, but it's Salzburg Ian in line to Corey McPherson. Second goes to Avatar J. Up for 3rd, that is Revenant. Time for the mile, 1:55 flat.
Here comes the slow-mo replay for tonight's 8th race, brought to you by Universal Media. It's the Clarence Farm Services Limited Pace. Salzburg Ian right down the road, Kent.
Salzburg Ian continues to soar. The 3-year-old gelded son of Better Than Cheddar. 8 for 10 on the season, back-to-back, and you can see that Corey McPherson was very confident with him here tonight. The Jamie Smith trainee owned by the Red Oak Stables of Charlottetown continues to move up the class ladder. 28-1, 57-1, 126-1, solid fractions, 28-4 to close it out, 155 flat. Salzburg even. It's Avatar J who rallies from second over for David Dowling to grab the deuce. Revenant 3rd in the 8th. Salzburg Ian, the standout.
Salisbury Ian arriving at the 8th race winner's circle. Pacing bound, gelding 3, but better than Cheddar. From the Real Artist Dam, Atlanta Girl. Owned by Red Oak Stables of Charlottetown. Bred by William Allen McNeil of Nova Scotia and Louis Willinger from Kentucky. Jamie Smith is the trainer. Corey McPherson picks up the winning drive. The mile, an excellent trip on this night of 1:55. Salisbury Ian in the 8th. Down at trackside, the Clarence Farm Services Limited cooler presentation. Now the official results in race 8. Privilege was 5th. Acrobat Hanover 4th. Avatar J 2nd. Salisbury Ian the race winner. Revenant finished 3rd. Winter Blast was 6th. Fractions went 28 and 1. 57 and 1. 126 and 1. And the mile 155. In review, it's 542 136. Salisbury Ian returning $3. The exactor $23, triactor $49.50, and the superfecta was $9.38.
Welcome back to Race Day Live here at Red Shores at the Charlottetown Driving Park. I'm your host, Rocky Skierman, along with Ken Workington. The Atlantic Classic Sale comes up at Crapo on October the 6th at 11:30 a.m. Crapo Exhibition Grounds. You can join us on October the 5th from 4 to 8 at the Exhibition Grounds for a yearling preview. Visit Atlantic-Classic.com for sale preview, online sale catalog, pedigree links, and sale results.
And let's take a look at the selections here for race 9. As we roll them in there, 5, 1, 4. No one likes, oh, you like post time picks 1, 2, 5. Rockies 4, 6, 2. Classifier's choice also on the 1 here, 1, 4, 6. Good luck with your 9th race selections.
Ladies and gentlemen, leading the post parade on the 9th race, the Neil Mose Memorial, is Baxter Hurst, the last horse Neil Mose owned. He's being driven tonight by longtime friend and trainer Neil Bambrick. Neil Mose loved horses and had a passion for harness racing, where he made many friends over the years. Neil was a longtime owner in the Maritime region and campaigned top horses Woodmere Jet and Port Bluff, among many, many others. He supported and sponsored several driving championships and events over the years and was well known for his generosity to his fellow horse people. It's the Neil Mose Memorial, and they're on parade. Ashes to Ashes 1, owned by Linda Summers, Tracy Conway, and Linda Livingstone, trained by Ron Mathis and Jill Burial. 2, Mick Dundee, Donnie McNeil of Cornwall, the owner, trainer, and the driver. Number 3, Midnight Mood, owned and trained by Alan Gregory of Charlottetown. Kenny Murphy drives. 4, Brookdale Ollie, owned by Bill Kinney of Hunter River and Gary Ford of Stratford, trained by Von Doyle. Kenny Arsenault drives. 5, JK Express, owned by James Perot of Stratford, trained by Jarrett Perot, Patrick Shepard. Number 6 is Brookdale Jim, owned by Douglas and Doug Pauley of Amherst, Nova Scotia, trained by Phil Sizer, Corey McPherson. 7 is Big Bad Bruiser, owned and trained by Neil Bambrick of Charlottetown. The drive goes to Mark Bradley. Down to 2 minutes wagering time on race number 9. Rocky and Ken coming back next with the horses in the Neil Mose Memorial. But first, they have their Super High Five ticket.
Yeah, if you have a look at your in-house monitors, you'll see our Super High 5 tickets here in the Neil Mose Memorial. I'm going with a 4, 6, 2, 3, 1. That's Brookdale Ollie with Kenny Arsenault in the bike. Over the 6, Brookdale Jim. The 2, Mick Dundee. Midnight Mood from 3. And a few Super High Fivers. The 1, Ashes to Ashes. Ken?
JK Express, the 5, an even 5-1, a 56-1 winner in Charlottetown this season. He's back at a reduced level here. He can take a lot of air. He's a good, strong, off-the-pace threat here. The 1, Ashes to Ashes, the favorite, 8-5. He was able to collar Brookdale Ollie to score as the favorite 3 starts back. Fresh off a solid rally for 3rd. Finally draws inside for Berrio. The 4, Brookdale Ollie. He caught out of striking range. He chased a 154-4 winner on Monday, hit the board in his previous 4. He draws a bit better to employ that aggressive tactics of his. And right now he's sitting up there again at 5-1. 5-1, 4 added to 2 and 6. 5-1, 4, 2, 6. Good luck with a high 5.
This upcoming 9th race finale is the Neil Mose Memorial. Island Racing was saddened by the recent passing of Neil Mose of Warren Grove. A trainer, breeder, and prolific owner, Mose was known as the Claiming King during his heyday, and he consistently grabbed the best claimers across the region, won with them, and had them claimed off him. An owner of hundreds of horses during his career, some of Big Daddy Mose's best four-legged friends included Port Bluff A, Woodmere Jet, Scotian Sunset, the Black Stallion, Cam's Country Boy, and Be Razzled. He supported several driving championships over the years and was well known for his generosity to his fellow horse people. The horse that led the post parade was Best to Hurst, the last horse Neil Mose owned. He was driven tonight by Neil Bambrick, a longtime friend and trainer with the late Neil Mose. And we're going to honor him here tonight in the 9th race, the finale, the Neil Mose Memorial. Good-looking betting board in our finale tonight is the Neil Most Memorial. Vance, I don't know if you figured it out, but I did win the 50-50. Up to you for the call.
Just was talking with your partner on the 50-50. Yeah, you boys may have a feast on the way home tonight. Congratulations. It's the ninth with Ashes to Ashes, Mick Dundee, Midnight Mood, Brookdale Ollie, JK Express, Brookdale Jim, and Big Bad Bruiser is on the outside. Neil Most Memorial will have a trackside presentation to the winner. It's the Friday night finale. Super High Five. Post time, up and facing, and the inside trio are leaving out. Ashes to Ashes, Mick Dundee. Midnight Mood about to drop in third. Brookdale Ollie got away fourth. Then in fifth, it's JK Express. Around the turn, Brookdale Jim is sixth. Trailing the field, that is Big Bad Bruiser seventh. Up the backstretch they go to the opening quarter mile. And they're in programmed order, 1 through 7. On the lead, Ashes to Ashes. In line to Jill Barrio. Racing from second is Mick Dundee. Midnight Mood into the turn third. Fourth on the cones is Brookdale Ollie. Racing fifth, that is JK Express. Brookdale Jim in sixth, trailing seventh. Big Bad Bruiser, 29 and a 1 was the opening quarter. Ashes to Ashes, taking them on down the stretch for the first time around. And they're going to the half mile. Racing second is Mick Dundee. Third is Midnight Mood. Then in fourth, that is Brookdale Ollie. Fifth is JK Express. Then Brookdale Jim and Big Bad Bruiser. No movement off of 59 and a 1 opening half mile. On the point at 5/8, it's Ashes to Ashes. Here comes movement. Midnight Mood, the newcomer. Coming first up to take over second. Third up the rail is Mick Dundee. On the outside fourth, that is Brookdale Ollie. On the cones, JK Express. Brookdale Jim on the outside 6, and Big Bad Bruiser continuing to trail the 3/4 in a 1. 28 and 4. They march round the turn for the final time. Ashes to Ashes, an eighth of a mile out. Midnight Mood on the outside second. Mick Dundee third. Brookdale Ollie down the stretch they come. Ashes to Ashes, almost home. Midnight Mood closing in on them. Midnight Mood for Kenny Murphy on the line. Then Ashes to Ashes looked like Brookdale Ollie up third. The mile in 1. 58 and a 1.
Here comes a slow-mo replay for the finale, the Neil Most Memorial. And we saw Ashes to Ashes on the front end here, Ken.
Yep, Barrio was able to dictate his own terms here in some pretty soft fractions in the offgoing. 29-1, 59-1, 128 and 4. And does hold on to second at 8-5 here. But here they come. Midnight Mood. Rito Carlton shipper. Had not raced since July 9th. Ships in here. New barn. New driver, first up, crush 2-1 on the board. So the tote told the story here. Midnight Mood, Ashes to Ashes, and Brookdale Ollie, your top 3. Midnight Mood, I'm in the mood for some midnight magic. Rocky.
Another newcomer to Charlottetown, going to find himself into the Winner's Circle here in the ninth. That's number 3, Midnight Mood. Bay Pacing Gelding 5 by J.K. Endemanera. From the Rockin' Image Dam, La Diabla. Homie Alan Gregory of Charlottetown. Bred by William DeLong and William P. DeLong of Illinois. Trained by Alan Gregory and driven to victory by Kenny Murphy. Time of the mile in 1:58 and a 1/5. Midnight Mood in the Super High 5 and down to trackside for the Neil Most Memorial Cooler presentation. Now the official results from the ninth race. Ashes to Ashes was second. Mick Dundee fourth. Midnight Mood the race winner. Brookdale Ollie was third. J.K. Express seventh. Brookdale Jim was sixth. Big Bad Bruiser finished fifth. They went 29-1, 59-1, 128-4, and the mile 158-1. From the top, your program reads 241 3765. Midnight Mood paid $6.50 to win. The exactor 1770, triactor was 39.10, late daily double 940, and the super high 5 returning 48.10. And that completes our live presentation tonight here at the driving park. We're back live tomorrow afternoon. It's a 4 o'clock opening post time featuring Gold Cup and Saucer Trials numbers 1 and 2. Tonight's par mutual handle, $66,381. Ladies and gentlemen, from up top of the Charlottetown Driving Park, thanking you for joining us. This is Vance Cameron, bidding you a safe journey home.